Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Generation Gap podcast with the best person ever.
Jason Collins.
No, I was going to say Sam Hershko.
Jason Collins, everybody.
Hershko.
He's back in town. We threw a parade. It got stopped by the cops. It was just me.
Which was weird because no one came, but the cops came.
Look. Hey, I was naked walking down Bellflower.
It's going, Jason! Why does that remind me of that Viking raver? Have you seen that meme?
No.
Where it's this guy that looks like a Viking and he's like a rave dancer and he's walking down the middle of the street like in Ireland or some shit, but that's what it reminded me of.
Hell yeah, I'll take that.
Good haircut.
Thank you.
Looks good.
Thank you.
You look like the sign.
I know. That's what I did. I took the sign.
I look very old in the sign.
No, you don't.
Is that accurate?
No.
Is that sign accurate?
No.
You're that smile that you're suppressing?
The most unconvincing no.
Really pissing me off.
You have great hair here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You want to do a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Generation Gap. So, Sam, did you miss me?
I always miss you every day, every waking moment of my entire life. How was the Bahamas?
Bahamas was great. I found my new spot, Gray Cliff Cigar
Is that that?
Lounge. No, this is a spot this is
Wu-Tang Clan?
Fine Ash Cigar.
Fine Ash.
In Glendale, Arizona. It's another one of my favorite cigar spots. But yeah, man.
For the Stir Crazy Comedy Club?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. I've
Yes,
never gone.
sir.
I want to.
You're going to go with me the next time I go. I'm going to find out when that is, though. I can't remember when that is.
We're going to do Yuma. 310 to Yuma.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be on the 21st. We're doing a big sober convention or AA something in Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah, I just did a sober show.
Doing that. Oh, yeah. I want to hear about yourself.
1 p.m.
Why do you do that?
No, it was great. Of course, it was great.
No, it wasn't.
It was no.
You're lying.
No,
to
it
me.
made me question everything. I'm gonna maintain anonymity, but it.
You're gonna maintain what, Mom?
See an enemy.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
See an enemy.
It made me question everything I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing nothing right.
I'm gonna do Fox and enemy.
Fox and enemy.
Bad joke, dad joke.
Yeah.
It's called bad joke. We're gonna do bad joke, dad joke today.
Bad joke, dad joke.
The thing that we can't pronounce.
I can't talk.
Dude, people that listen, anybody that's thinking about producing a comedy show, running a comedy show, study entertainment. Figure out how entertainment works. What you need, what elements you need to put on a show. And I'm going to tell you, element number one is you don't do a show in a church at 1 p.m.
It was so that happens all the time. It was great. It wasn't the producer's fault by any means. She got booked, and then at last second they were like, also, can you produce it? But I'm just new to that stuff. The other comics handled it really well. I took the bullet. I'm not used to 1 p.m. solemn church lit comedy. So
how did you open your set?
I should have. It was better. I just went up there and I psyched myself out because all the other comics, like we were talking about earlier, I convinced them. Well, two of them are pretty successful, and then I just get my head. This is now the big thing. You want to get into it?
Yeah, of course I do.
This is where anytime I put stakes on a show, or I'm around people that could have potential any sort of implication on my reputation or getting booked in LA.
Which, by the way, is nobody. But go ahead.
I freeze. And then now I literally spent the whole ride home. I was talking to Logan on the way home, and he was like, this is how I know you're a comic. You got up and did a 1 p.m. show in a fully lit church to people who had just had a solemn...
Yeah, those meetings are...
And on the way, and then
heavy.
I first 2 minutes, I literally stumbled, got cotton mouth. I felt like a fucking open micer again. But then, in my head...
1 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
At a church.
In my head, I went, no, get it together. Who cares? And I did well. I went into my dope material.
Okay, good.
And that did fine. I did well. I went in, and the girl that was, I guess, should have been the headliner, she was like, hey, good job, sounded great out there. That, saved me.
Nice.
But Logan goes... You got up to do this early show in a weird environment. Did fine. Didn't crush. Did fine. I got laughs. And on the way home, was literally sobbing to Logan about how I just don't know what I'm doing. He was like, "You did fine. You're dedicated so much to this that you're doing midday fully lit comedy
which is a show set up for failure."
But the other people, and it kind of is. The other comics have been doing those shows for a while. They knew how to handle it.
Time out. And are these the comics that seem to be having great careers?
One of them, yeah.
Oh, and they're doing all these 1 p.m. Church Alcoholics Anonymous shows?
Because they're also
killing it.
They're also sober.
But everyone's full of shit.
Yeah. Well,
everyone's full of shit. I'm full of shit. Guess what? You're full of shit. My brother, not as much as me, definitely full of shit.
He can't be. He doesn't have a butt. He can't be full of shit. He doesn't have the bone that holds poop.
Yeah, God. He doesn't have the poop bone.
Doesn't have a poop bone.
Dude, Dave's going to have his poop bone replaced in a few months here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wow. Why not explain that? Yeah.
Okay, David has a very rare disease. And when I say that, I'm not being sarcastic because I've gotten to the last few appointments with him. And the looks on the doctor's faces when he says what he has, they look like first-year medical students. They're like, I've never heard of that.
They pull out the book. They're like,
yeah.
How do you spell it?
It's extremely rare. My brother has Tarlov Cyst Disease. We're gonna go there, Dave. And it's a rare condition where he's got this horrible cyst growing at the sacrum at the base of his spine, which causes him to have what I call wobble bottom.
Wobble bottom.
I have stability issues, but
that's such a sweet way to say wobble bottom. I have stability issues. Yeah. Can we stop fucking making fun of me now, please?
That's so funny.
Here's what it is. Jay said it correctly. What it is, but it's not very rare to have one of these cysts develop on the base of the spine. What's rare is that this cerebral spinal fluid keeps filling it. Over 3 decades. Yeah. And it's now worn away most of my sacrum bone. Yeah.
But there is light at the end of this tunnel for me. We're going to have, hopefully, a 3D model of this disgusting growth inside my brother's butthole.
No. The model is going to be of what's left of my pelvis.
Oh, so it's going to be your pelvis and then just like a hole.
You're going to see the missing parts and hopefully... the doctor ordered a 3D image of it.
Yeah. And we're going to have it in studio.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man.
The Chother Entertainment podcast studio on Identical Studio.
That rule. Are you going to be able to, when you have surgery, you should ask for the recording?
The recording?
Like the video?
Yeah. No, the audio. Dave just going, I'm gonna go. I got a butthole, my butthole.
Yeah, my dad kept the recording from one of his knee surgeries, and I watched it.
Like a video, right?
Yeah.
I saw some of my knee surgery, and it grossed me out.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Bacon's fighting off a little tumor. Or tumor?
Yo, the
tremors.
Yeah.
I got a tremor,
forgot Kevin Bacon was in that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty good pull there, guy. So, yeah, Dave's full of shit. And I'm full of shit. You're full of shit. And my point in all that is that people are putting their best foot forward on their goddamn social medias. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but stop falling for it. Everyone stop falling for it. Everyone in general, not somebody specifically. Stop falling for it.
I just feel like I'm doing absolutely nothing right.
But that's bullshit because what you're doing is you're doing the work. You're getting in the reps, and that's the most important thing with what we do, guys. Stand-up comedy. Yeah. You got to get 10,000 reps before you can consider yourself a decent comic. Yeah. And that's the problem with a lot of these young comics. You suck, and you don't think you do just because you have the fucking followers on your Instagram or just because people are looking at you for a 50-second clip doesn't mean you're good at this.
That's the other thing.
And apparently, I know I'm saying that, but apparently that doesn't matter these days. They don't care if they're good or not, just as long as they're selling tickets and disappointing audiences all over the country.
So what I'm coming into is, speak, prophet, speak, O prophet, my prophet, O captain, my captain, proselytize, O
I'm
dear
proselytizing.
Chosen one,
yeah,
the prophecy.
I got to get my prostate checked. Go ahead.
Yeah, I prophesize that your prostate will be proselytized about by a doctor.
Nice.
And he'll say, swollen, engaged. You got to touch it. We got to get in there. We got to feel it.
Engaged.
Yeah, I got to feel the balloon.
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you're doing good.
You
activate your prostate quite often. You talk about that. You tell me that all the time.
I pee all the time.
Yeah, he has a speculum for it.
Ew. Dude, that's a horrible word, speculum.
Yeah.
I don't want a speculum, but...
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's just like, we're not women, but can you imagine, like, except for David, can you imagine just like you go in to get your your stuff checked, and they go, spread them. And then you hear a doctor go, get the speculum.
God.
Anyway.
And then it's just some slimy little guy named Speculum. I'm here, doctor, I'm here.
And he goes, all right, I'm here.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel those things, and you're feeling these things after a 1 p.m. show in a church.
And I had crushed it a few days before. But what I'm coming up against now is I understand that, yes, 100%. And I understand that to be a comic now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not one of the people who are like, this isn't what I signed up for. It's
it is actually.
Well,
that's the thing. It's what the world is changing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not sitting here being like, nah, man, I didn't fucking sign up to be. I understand that I'm gonna have to learn how to edit video. I'm gonna have to post clips. I'm gonna have to do all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't be doing it yet. And everyone around me is going, you gotta start. You gotta start. Why aren't you doing this? You have to do it. You know specifically who I'm talking about. Yep. You have to. You have to do it.
You don't have to. Eventually, you're going to.
Yeah.
But the problem is, a lot of these people are putting out these. And some of these clips are phenomenal. It's a great 1 minute. Yeah. It's a great 1 minute. But now you're going to go to a club where everyday people are going to spend some money on a ticket to see you. What do you got to offer outside of that 50 seconds? That's what matters.
Yeah.
And that just is what you're doing is going to get you there because you're getting the reps in. Because doing shows at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at a church that's hard. That makes you feel like you're failing, and now you feel like you're failing in front of fucking peers. That's also the shit that makes you better.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
I know, it's like fighting. Hey everybody, Jason here from the Generation Gap podcast. On behalf of Sam Hirschgold and myself, thank you guys for continuing to watch and listen to the podcast. Your support means everything. Please continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you download your favorite audio podcast. Also, go to our official YouTube channel, the Generation Gap Podcast. While you're there, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when something new is coming your way. Again, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the episode. Generation Gap. It's like fighting. I liken it to fighting. When you get your ass kicked, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. But you've learned for the next fight. That's how I approach stand-up comedy. Think about it. If you constantly fight someone that you could beat every single time, you're never going to get better. You got to get your ass kicked by these 1 o'clock church shows and by these, not necessarily open mics. I feel like open mics more practice, but when you're in the game, when you're doing a show that's a booked show, that's shitty. I'm telling you, that's how we all got better. Bar shows,
I know,
are the best thing for stand-up comedy.
And I know that, and they're having fun, and I am so terrified of some sort of like comprehensive humiliation.
Comprehensive humiliation, band name.
Like last night, I stayed up for hours tracing the matrix of how me bombing could potentially make it out to all of my favorite comics, and then I will never I mapped out in my mind like this person now thinks I suck, this person now thinks I suck, and then the matrix of how it could Kevin Bacon 7 Degrees all the way to my favorite comics, and then when I eventually do ever see them, they go, oh, that's the kid from LA that everyone thinks sucks.
Let me ask you this: how many bombing stories do you think Kyle Kinane has? How many bombing stories do you think Rory Scovel has? How many bombing stories do you think Bill Burr has? These guys have all bombed. If you go to your favorite comics and go, guys, I'm killing every show, they're going to go, fuck you, get out of my face, don't ever talk to me again. It's part of the process. It's part of the art. Bombing is part of it.
I am like, why am I...
Also, but let me... I'm sorry for cutting you off. Also, you are like me when it comes to stand-up. You're a perfectionist. So even like and you know this is true, I've done shows with you where you think you ate a big dick. And I'm like, yeah. And everybody else in the room was like, that was a great set. It's because it's on you. But that to me, I like that you're like that because it shows that you respect it.
Yeah.
You know? But I love that you go home all night and do that Matrix thing.
I mapped it out.
And worry about it. My thing is, the only thing that I'd be worried, and this is, I'm talking to you new fucking TikTok comics, you fucking hacks. The only thing that I would be worried about is if it got back to my peers that I'm not doing shows, that I'm just doing these TikToks and I'm just doing shows that are set up for success, that I'm not challenging myself. Because that was my big fear. Do these guys think I'm a hack? Do these guys think I'm a fucking hack? Do they think I'm not challenging myself every night and doing hard shows and doing bad sets? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For every bad set you have, you're going to have at least 5 fucking good sets.
It's refreshing to hear that because this is why I think I'm like, I'm not doing anything right. Or I feel like I'm not in the right place because I feel like I'm the only one, and I don't mean this as like I'm holding myself up. I feel like I'm the only one being like, I'm fucking bombing. I don't have followers. Why don't I want to grab people and be like, why aren't people talking about like everyone? And I'm like, I've only been doing this 3 years. Right. I know you've only been doing this 3 years. I'm totally buying into the facades of people that are like doing all these shows. I have these followers, my tics, and I'm just like, I'm people, drowning.
Can I tell you how many times people come up to me and go, bro, you're killing it. Yeah. You're killing it, dude. And I'm like, I have 1 show booked this week, but it's because of what it looks like. I'm like, because no one's posting their failures. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see comedians start posting their horrible sets at a bar show where they're bombing.
I could do that right now.
We could all do that. Yeah. Everyone can do that. Like, let me give you a perfect example where you're not alone. I, to this day, as a 20-year comedian, I still feel the imposter syndrome with how I do comedy because everyone else has this thing. Every comic I know has this pad of paper, and they're like, and they're writing. And I feel like such a hack or like a wannabe and a fake comedian because that's not my process. I don't write down everything. But you know, then I thought, that's my process, is my own process.
Also, can I give you thank you for sharing that. Can I give you the rebuttal? Not rebuttal, but like, we're all jealous of you.
No, you're not.
Yes, this is.
But yes, you are. Yeah, you know what? Yes, you are. And that's why the guy that treated you like shit at whatever show it ever is. That's why some people walk out during your set. That's why some people don't because at the end of the day, we're all jealous of each other, dude.
Yeah.
We're all jealous of each other.
And then, so this is not a crutch. I use it both as genuinely, I don't have the brain that you have. I can't keep that material. It is just like, oh no, we're different in terms of how we maintain.
Barely graduated high school. Ivy League college. I don't have the brain you have.
Well, no,
yours is better.
No. There is different, and I wish that I could hold and write. I literally was the other day thinking, like, why can't I fucking write on stage? All these comics talk about, I go and write on stage. I'm not getting enough sets, and then my sets aren't long enough for me to write on stage. Yet.
I know why I am able to, and some people aren't. I already know.
But so then this becomes, it's either a crutch for me because I'm going, I'm going to forget my material, and then I have to be able to go,
It's not a crutch. Let's call it an aid.
An aid. But no, this is like you said, it's just different. Also, the thing, if we can continue to get real, and I feel embarrassed, and I want to fucking break down right now. But I am so sensitive to everything.
You're an artist.
And I don't want to be.
Then you wouldn't be an artist, man.
Exactly.
You have to be. I don't want to be either. But I will cry when I see a dog reuniting with his. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to cry right now.
I know. We're sensitive people because we're artists, and that's it. And guess what? Let it go because we have no choice. And it's part of this is the part of the process. In other words, this is not a crutch. This is an aid. This is part of your art form. And there's a reason why I do it my way and the reason you do it your way. See, you're 30.
Ugh.
You're 30, you're in the beginning of his career, and you're not just thinking about this. And it sucks for you guys, and I feel bad for you guys. Because when I first started stand-up, there was one thing we had to concentrate on. One fucking thing. We had to concentrate on the act and getting it solid. You guys have to concentrate on the act. You have to concentrate on the views. You have to concentrate on social media. You have to concentrate on it's just, there's so many things other than the art form. So if something on this page slips your mind, of course it does. Yeah. You have all this other bullshit coming at you. You guys, the pressure that you're under, and this is for not just stand-up comedians, this is for kids in school, like the pressure that social media puts on us, looking at how successful bullshit everybody else is compared to me, looking at how much prettier that girl is than me, looking at how much better that guy is at fucking football than me, looking at how much better that guy. And it's all bullshit because they're only putting their best foot forward. But because of the time that you started stand-up comedy, all that shit comes with it. See, for me, it was added when I was like a 10-year comic.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I got to do what now? Like I had to start over. But the fact that you have to concentrate on all this other bullshit because of the peer pressure. Remember, peer pressure went away when we left high school. Remember that? Peer pressure, it stays with you forever now because of social media. Whatever industry that you decide to be in. Like when I meet people that don't have a social media, I get so envious of them. Because it's not that they don't have it, but that they don't have to have it. So envious, but we're sickos. We're artists. We're kind of narcissists. Look at me, love me.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And so in order to do that, we have to think about, am I video? Dude, when we came to a comedy club, bringing a tablet with you was all you needed to bring. Now comics are showing up with a backpack with a bunch of shit, enough stuff to produce a fucking movie. And they have to show up with tripods, their lav mic, their camera, make sure everything's working, maybe make sure the lighting's... There's all this extra shit you have to think about. And then during your set, you have to go, oh, maybe I should stop doing material and do some crowd work because that's going to get more views on the social media. It's fucking with the art form, dude. Yeah. It's fucking with the art form. It's fucking with our mind, our brains. Look at it. It gets us upset. We're driving home, calling our friends, going, I can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sucks. And that's all because of social media. And the algorithm, listen to me, comedians that think that you're not funny because you're not getting views. The algorithm doesn't have a fucking sense of humor. Okay? I could just go up, I could put a video up that's in 4K, that's close enough, the lighting is perfect, the captions are incredible, and I can meet all of the steps that the algorithm wants to push it out and just go dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit. And I'm going to get more views than a blurry, grainy cell phone video of the most genius fucking minute you've ever seen in stand-up. I'm going to get more views because the algorithm doesn't have a sense of humor. The algorithm doesn't give a shit about you, and the algorithm, it's not a real person. But there's certain people, and I'm going to say it, fuck you, I'm going to say it, talentless hacks figured out how to make it work because they're not concerned with the art form. They're not concerned with what's on this pad of paper. They're not concerned about the jokes.
It reminds me of when you were telling me about how now they post the punchline first.
Yes. What's the golden rule of stand-up comedy? Don't give up the punchline. Now the algorithms are pushing videos more that start. It's an edit. They show you the punchline and then start the joke and then it gets the punchline.
It's like Memento.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Algorithm is, it's like Mementos. Dude, remember Ramon would get so mad? Our buddy Ramon, he's also a nerd like my brother. There's that movie Memento that you're just talking about. Me and my brother would just to piss him off. Like, hey, you guys want to go see Memento?
Oh, yeah.
And he would yell. He would go, meh,
meh, Memento.
But you know what I'm saying? Like the algorithm's stupid. The algorithm is dumb, and it's not comedy. It's the technical side of comedy. But I'm telling you right now, anybody that's watching this, please don't think, watching or listening, don't think that you're going to discover your new favorite comic on social media. Because you're only going to see them putting their best foot forward. You're not going to see the process. You're not going to see the hour set. Go to comedy clubs and go to the small clubs. If you see a lineup where you're like, here's the problem now, and this used to not be a problem. People would look at lineups and people wouldn't even really look at lineups. They would just go, that comedy club's cool. We're going to go watch comedy there. Now people look at lineups first and go, never heard of them, not going. But guess what you've just done? You've just taken away an opportunity for you to see some fresh talent. I'm not going to say young because there's some old dogs out there that are fucking killing it for an hour, not for 50 seconds, not for 3 minutes, an hour. Go discover comedy at comedy clubs, at live small venue comedy clubs. You don't need to go to the forum to watch Matt Rife and think you're a comedy fan, because you're not. You're a Matt Rife fan. Good for you, Matt. I love you, buddy. But you're a Matt Rife fan. If you're paying $500 to go see comedy, you're not a comedy fan. You're a fan of that comedian. And what I want you to, what I really hope for people, and this is very selfish of me, I want people to become fans of comedy again. Not specific people, but just comedy. And the only fucking way to do that, and the only way you're going to use the internet to do that, is go on the website of the comedy clubs and buy a fucking ticket. Don't care who's on it. Just go to the show. If it's a Friday night and it's at 8 o'clock and it's at the Improv in the small room, you're going to get a fun little show. And you might discover your new favorite comedian.
Or I think it's over, like, obviously if you're like, I like Matt Rife or whoever.
I like Matt.
Right, or like, I'm thinking of like arena comics. Like, it's like, that's great. Do that. That supports comedy, because Matt Rife brings Chappelle Lacey.
Right.
Nate Bargatze brings Lachlan Patterson. But I'm saying, like, go.
Financially, though, it's costing them an arm and a leg to go to the show, so they're not spending their extra money to go see a show with people they don't know. It sucks. Dude.
Or even, I mean, like, go fucking follow Lachlan on Instagram. He's so funny. Great. He's been funny for 20 years.
Lachlan Patterson. Look at that guy. He's been funny for 20 years.
Yeah, and so, but I think it's okay, like the big people, but also I hope that then gets people to be like, I like comedy. I'm gonna go do the people like.
Here's a good way for them to know that Matt Rife didn't show up an arena comic. Sebastian Maniscalco didn't just show up as an arena comic. Joe Coy didn't just show up as an arena comic. Russell Peters didn't just show up. These guys didn't, Bill Burr, they didn't just show up the greatest. They went through the fucking trenches. There was a time in Sebastian Maniscalco's career where he was not a good comedian. Do you know what I mean? And he found his way in these little clubs, and he got funny in these little clubs. And now he's fucking great. But these guys all started somewhere. Why not, fans? Why not say, you know what? I want to get in on the ground floor of this guy. I want to be able to say I knew of him and saw him, and he was my favorite comic when he was performing in the lab at the Improv in front of 40 people.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, my favorite comic, I was lucky enough to just do a show with in a suburb of Columbus, Ohio, and he killed harder than anyone I had seen there.
Who was it?
Blake Hammond.
See? Anybody heard of Blake Hammond?
You should.
You should. Because why?
He's a killer.
He's a killer. And you're going to... And it goes to the thing, people want to see the familiar. People are dumb. I'm sorry. I love you, but not all of you, but a lot of you are just dumb as shit. My brother and I were just talking about this. People want to see the hits. They want to know what's coming. Goes right back to what we said about the algorithm, pushing out the punchline first. It's like when David and I were kids, it used to blow our minds when we would go to the movies. So the big blockbuster movies coming out, right? So for the last month, they've been showing trailers of this movie, and they've been showing the same scene in the trailer. We've been seeing this scene over and over and over again.
Will Smith is just punching that alien.
You get to the movie, you go to watch the movie, and then when that scene comes on that we've all seen for the last 6 fucking months, 45 times a day, that scene comes on and everybody goes, ah!
Yeah.
Like they've never seen it before. That's how dumb motherfuckers are. And that's how dumb the algorithm is. So, in other words, Sam, if someone in the room with you has 400,000 followers and you have 12, does that make them a better comedian than you?
No.
Absolutely
so,
fucking
and then
not.
I'm going to just get this out so that it doesn't drive me crazy.
Okay, good.
All of these things, what I trace it all down to is I shouldn't be a comic.
Guess what that makes you? A comic. Every comic. Okay.
I'm so afraid.
Are we good? Remember that? You know that term, are we good? So Mark Maron has a documentary out called Are We Good? Watch that doc. Everyone at some point goes, what the fuck am I even doing? What am I talking about? I get off stage so much going, why am I talking about cats or whatever? You know what I mean?
It's not like that. It's not like
should I even be doing it?
Well, because I'm afraid that any comic that hears this is going to hear everything that I just expressed about being like sensitive and insecure and go, oh, then he shouldn't. Why the fuck is he a comic?
If anybody that says that to you isn't a real comedian, because most people that I know, including you, including myself, some sort of trauma or some tragedy in their life, something heartbreaking that makes you want to fucking cry, is what got them into fucking comedy in the first place, is why they stayed with it.
Yeah.
I got into stand-up comedy because my dad was dying.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to just sit there and watch it happen. So the business that I had before comedy was with him. And it reminded me of him. Everything around me was my dad. And it was fucking killing me. So what did I do? I was like, I'm going to go do stand-up comedy. I'm going to go be a selfish prick. Go do stand-up comedy for me so that I feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's dude.
It's like,
any comic that thinks that you shouldn't do comedy because you're sensitive is a lying to themselves piece of shit. And this goes for everyone in the arts, because the arts comes from the heart. And the heart is what runs our feelings, that gets us like emotional. And that's where art comes from. In other words, if I go on stage and think, okay, these guys are going to think it's funny if I talk about farts. Hey guys, farting. I'm not doing anything for my soul. Do you know what I mean? Mm. I talked about my dad for the first 5-6 years of stand-up comedy. I talked about my kids. I still talk about my kids. I say on stage in one of my bits, yeah, my son just yelled at me about all the shit he hates about me now. That's fucking real and heartbreaking. And that's why I'm doing stand-up, because I'm a sensitive baby.
Well, it's like, how do I...
You don't change anything.
Well, no. How do I get... Because you get into comedy, you got to have a thick skin. You got to have a thick skin.
You got to have a thick skin. Well, you just said it. The business.
Well, it's like, how do I go from... How do you manage...
You have to have thick skin on the business side of it.
Yeah. How do you manage building thick skin to maintaining... sensitivity.
You find a way to separate the art from the business, and those are two different fucking art forms. The art and the business, two different things. I always go back to my martial arts life. As a martial artist, I was phenomenal. As a guy who ran the business side of martial arts, I was terrible. They're two. Doesn't mean I'm true. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm bad at martial arts. I was just bad at the business end of it. So where you have to find the line, get the thick skin, is when I'm going into business. My mom and dad both, especially my mom. When I said I want to do stand-up comedy, they just went, it wasn't like, good for you, go for it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, well, you better be ready to have your heart broken over and over and over and over and over again. Because you for every 10,000 no's, you're going to get a yes. But what do we focus on? Even if we got 10,000 yeses and we got one no, what are we fucking focused on?
The one no.
The one no. The one no, because that's where I don't have a thick skin. It's thickening, and it's taken 20 years. But when it comes to the business side and like begging these fucking talentless losers to put me on their show, begging these talentless losers to represent me as a manager, represent me as an agent, book me as a booker. These guys all do that in the entertainment business because at one point in their childhood, they had dreams and aspirations of being in entertainment. No one thought, you know what I want to do? I want to go be a lawyer for an entertainer. No, they wanted to be a fucking entertainer, but they don't have this much talent in their bones, and they're not sensitive enough. So what they did is say, there's one way I can go into the industry. I could be a manager, I could be an agent, and I could be a booker. But now, I'm going to take that and I'm going to flex the fuck out of it. Now, guess what, losers? You losers that didn't think I was good enough, now you have to come through me. I'm the gatekeeper for your career. All that bluster and fluff and bullshit is because they're talentless hacks. And they wanted somehow to be in the industry, but they just didn't have a talented bone in their body. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, how many failed actors became fucking acting teachers? How many really bad comedians are teaching comedy classes?
Yeah.
A lot. There's some great comics out there teaching comedy classes.
Ahmed Barucha.
I don't know who that is. Good.
He's great.
He's great?
He's great.
Jody Miller.
Yeah, Jody Miller.
Jody Miller, phenomenal.
Ahmed Barucha.
Oh, fuck yeah, he's great.
Yeah. He has a class that's great.
Yeah, he's great. What did he say to you after he saw you do stand-up?
He goes, you just hosted to 5 people in the lab. Like, did you have fun? And I was like, kind of. And he goes, great.
So let me ask you, whose opinion matters more? His or these fucking hacks at this 1 p.m. show?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know which one matters. They matter because they're immediate.
They were in my head.
Yeah.
Somebody comes to you, a comic that's not me, okay? And they go, how do I turn self-sabotage into motivation? Instead of going, I bombed, I'm going to quit. I go, I bombed, and I'm going to get better. I'm going to focus on how does...
It's really simple. It's very simple. Are you really asking me?
Yeah. It's a comic. A young comic comes to you and goes, all I do after shows and in my career thus far is self-sabotage. How do I turn self-sabotage into motivation and work? And now even me saying that out loud is like, you're such a bitch pussy.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not a bitch pussy. Listen, I'm going to liken it to martial arts again. My father. People will come up after a class. They just got their ass handed to them. They suck. They're making every mistake you could possibly make. And they're like, I'm never going to get better at this. How do I get better at this? And my dad said, there's no crazy secret. Here's the secret to getting better at this. Just show up to your next class. And it's the same thing with stand-up. Show up to the next fucking show. Show up to the next mic. And also, fuck that shit that just happened. This is a new thing. That's the beauty about everything. We get to start over all the time. Like I tell everybody, the best thing about our minds is we get to change our fucking mind. It's not stuck. And it's only stuck because of us. But the secret to this, and how do I get better, and how do I get over this, is just keep showing up. Because I've been with you when you've ate a shit the night before, and then the next day you came up to me and you're like, that's what I fucking needed. That was amazing. Mm-hmm. But you don't remember those sets as much as you remember the bad ones. Yeah. And that's just part of the deal.
It was that guy, Ian Carmel, that I brought up a few episodes ago, who wrote for Nikki. Mm-hmm. He did like a big Ask Me Anything on his Instagram story, and one of them was like, how do you feel after rejection? Or like, how do you handle rejection? And he goes, well, first I take it very personally and I hate myself, but then I focus on this and get...
You're allowed, you're allowed one day to feel like shit.
That's what my hockey coach said. After a big loss, he would go, you're allowed the night. Mm-hmm. He was the night.
I've been told that by my martial arts. Go home, feel like shit about this, but you better come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you're allowed that. You're allowed that. But yeah, it's easy, man. It's not easy, but it is. It's not. Here's the thing: when people go, "This shit ain't easy, man," it's not easy because we're not letting it be easy. In other words, the things that are difficult, if we find a way to look at them in a different way, and I know I sound very Tony Robbins and shit, but I can't stand that guy. But first of all, God, what a weird looking dude.
You could take control of. That's Bernie. I don't know why Tony Robbins is now Bernie.
Tony Sanders.
I am here to tell you that you can take control of you, Bernie Robinson. Everybody stand up if you feel like you are a pussy. Mm-hmm. Now we can take control of your life.
Yeah.
But what I need you to do is get 3 people underneath you, and then they will get 3 people underneath them, and we will create the triangle. It's the strongest.
Not a pyramid.
It's the strongest shape in geometry in the world. We as a triangle, we are together.
Is it? You're a college guy. I thought the arch was the strongest.
It's triangle.
It's triangle, huh?
That's why they use it in truss bridges.
Yeah. Why do you think the word try is in triangle, guys?
Yeah.
You got to keep trying.
He even spelled try wrong. It's T-O-I.
Told you I'm an idiot, dude. But I embrace it, and I know who I am.
Okay, but yeah, that's where I'm at, and I regret even talking about it because
no, you shouldn't. I love this.
Someone's gonna hear it and go, "You're a fucking
loser." And that's what you have to stop giving a shit about.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how many things I've just said that I would like to. Part of me, like there was a time in my life where like maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe my agent's listening. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's another thing. Our brains have been trained to think that we work for our agents. These motherfuckers work for us.
I would love an agent.
You don't need one. You want an agent? Find out what they do and do it for yourself. Guess what? You're not going to have to share 10% with the agent.
I'll go to law school.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now I can,
real quick. Thank you for bringing all that shit up because I loved doing that rant. It felt good. You could tell this is obviously things I'm working out for myself too. It's like therapy. It's great. What just beeped? Look at the camera. You're an idiot. Hey, man, it's still there. Hasn't gone anywhere.
The only time Jay's ever been actually mad at me that I know about it to my face was we were at the Improv one time. It'll make sense in a second. And he's at the bar. He's talking to you. And I wasn't listening at all. And he was talking about something he needed to do. Mm-hmm. And under my breath, I went, yeah, totally do that. I had no idea. I was not connected to the conversation at all. And I go, yeah, do that. And he turns and goes, first off, don't ever tell me what to do. And I was just like, okay, cool. I figured, lift up the mood, we'll play a little game. We'll play a little game of true or false.
The palate.
A little palate cleanser with some true or false, okay?
Are these all for me to answer?
This will be my stories that I've written, and then you answer whether they're true or false.
Okay. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, up first. I once farted during a test.
True.
And blamed it on a girl next to me.
Oh, true.
And everyone immediately believed it, and forever.
So you lied on this girl.
Yeah.
You busted wind.
Yeah.
You blew ass.
Yeah.
And said it was her, like in front of her?
It was in elementary school. I didn't go like it was her. I just like immediately went like looked at her like that, and then someone else looked at her like that, and then it's just metastasized faster than anything.
You just answered my question. It was a true story. True.
That was true.
Just a true story.
I pictured you at like college age when that happened.
Thanks.
He's in the library at Columbia. Just some hot girl.
This guy
and he just goes, and he looks at her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some grad student's literally working on an unsolved math equation.
Right. Would be great as if she went like this. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
All right.
I like that. I got one.
Number 2. Mm-hmm. Once as kids, my friend and I were playing on a jungle gym, and he fell from the top. I told him and everyone he tripped. I pushed him.
False.
I hope that's false.
100% true.
Really?
No idea why.
So now I know what's going on with you, with all these hardships.
No idea why.
Karma.
Yep.
So it was just an impulse?
It was an impulse. It was in this young, probably, like maybe not even elementary school. We were in, he was wealthy and big house.
Well, deserved it.
Well, the kid was a little prick. And he was being mean to me, and he had a playroom. I'd never been in a house where like they had a room dedicated to play.
Separate from their bedroom.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And inside of it had, those plastic jungle gyms that for kids?
Yeah.
One of those.
We never had one, but.
No, and we were on top of it, and we were standing next to each other, and we were kind of just like walking around it, and I remember just looking at him and just going.
And then everybody looked at you and he tripped?
Yeah, I was like, motherfucking trip, this kid's an idiot.
Yeah, how did he trip? Over my hand on his back?
Yeah. Okay.
Plastic jungle gyms. The only jungle gyms we had would give you 3rd-degree burns in the summertime.
Yeah, we had the slides. Those
the metal.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you just looked like a hot dog that got grilled. All right, last one I got. Once at a sleepover, I woke up while both my father was calling me to tell me he was there to pick me up, and I was peeing. In a hurry, I poured Coke over the pee, thinking it would make it seem like I spilled Coke and left. Left quickly. I now realize my friend and his parents woke up to me gone and thought, wow, he pissed on this blow-up mattress, spilled Coke, and then left.
That's a true story. That's
I just needed to get some stuff I just needed to get some stuff off my chest, boys.
Dude.
This was an experienced bedwetter because he quickly went with the Coke.
Oh, he knew what's up.
Well, no, I woke up peeing as my dad was on the calling me, and he was like, "I'm here," and I was like, "Oh no!" And so there was like a Coke from the night, and I just went, "All right, so here," I was like, if I pour the Coke over the pee spot, I'll only get in trouble for spilling Coke and leaving.
I thought you were preemptively prepared to pee the bed. You're like at home packing for the sleepover, going, "Okay, pillow, need that."
No.
I'm definitely gonna piss myself, so let me get this Coke.
No, I woke up peeing, and then I was like, oh, fuck, okay, I'll rather it be that I spilled Coke and left than, he peed and left. And then I realized, these people woke up and were like, motherfucker pissed all over our blow-up mattress, and then spilled Coke, and then bailed.
Did you ever piss at a sleepover, Dave?
No.
I did.
Where?
Well, he's no longer with us, rest in peace, so he's not gonna get mad. Aaron's house.
Oh, really? That's
I did.
fun.
And the worst part about that, we were 13.
God,
I was a late bedwetter, dude.
This was like...
My parents always had the plastic on the mattresses.
Really?
Yeah.
You were a squeaker.
Dude, I was such a late bedwetter. But I loved it. Here's the thing, I loved it.
Why?
Because it was so warm.
Oh, that sucks.
And you sleep so soundly in a warm, wet bed, don't you?
Jay
It's like being in the womb.
Jay had a lot of bed issues, man. He would pee the bed. He would fall out.
Oh, I fell out of bed so many times. I wanted the top bunk all the time. Couldn't have the top bunk. Why? Because my bed wet ass kept falling, just rolling off the pee paddle. I would roll. I would go. I don't want to be on the pee paddle right now. Now I don't even know. I can't believe I even thought of this now. You were below me.
Yeah, it's raining pee.
Worst upstairs neighbor, man.
So now I just I fall. Remember my head was like this for a while after one of the bed falls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Recently I was sleeping at Carly's place, and she had little spooned me. Dude, I woke up because I had to I had an upset stomach, and I woke up and she was right up against me, and I woke up
Was your ass to her?
Yeah, yes. I woke up as I thought I was.
So you were little spooning.
Yeah. Oh. I woke up as I thought I was sharting. So my brain went, not only did I just fart on my girlfriend, I shit on my girlfriend. Like, thankfully I didn't, and I just went to the bathroom.
Thankfully. Dude, the next argument, next 10 arguments, she's going to win. She goes, you just keep shitting on this relationship.
Yeah. The panic I had waking up to the thought of I just shit on my girlfriend.
Bro, I've never done that. I've had the panic of waking up and, did she hear me fart?
Yeah, no.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Because it was loud.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the neighbors didn't hear it.
Oh, no, I let it go in front of her.
Dude, that's
all the
why
time.
being married for so many years is the best. I'll be little spooning and I'm going to be like, here, babe, here's a gift.
Oh, yeah. You just
Let that rumble your tumble.
You take your hand, and she's like, oh, we're going to hold hands. You turn her into a first baseman.
I can't imagine what she has to deal with, my poor wife, sleeping next to this disgusting monster.
Oh, dude,
just snoring and farting and drooling.
The other day,
hair all fucked up. God, I want to sleep sexy. I just can't.
That's so funny. And then like you're fighting. You're like, I woke up, or she told me the other day that I woke up, sat up, and went, "What are you doing?"
Terrifying.
She goes, sleeping, and I went, "Oh, I didn't know you did it like that," and then went back to bed.
How was she doing it?
I don't know. I wasn't awake.
That was one of those weird dreams too.
I wasn't awake. Dude, Kristen one time, I've told this about Kristen one time told me that she woke up and I was in a coffin. I was in a coffin position like this, and I was going, knife, 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 knife.
Brother.
Yeah, I'm not good at sleeping.
Yo.
It's a problem.
Elaine never does anything weird in her sleep. So this one time every once in a while you'll go, like it's like you can't really tell what, clearly said something. What are we doing? Like it was just, so I'm like, oh, she's possessed. Immediately, because she never does that. And I just gave me the chills.
Yeah.
And usually I'm like, wake up. Like if she snores a little bit too loud or does weird things, I'm like, hey, because it's all about me. I'm like, you're messing with my sleep. Shut up. This is my time. But this time I was like, hello? Hey. Dominus. Wake up, bitch. Oh, man. To speak clearly while you're sleeping is terrifying.
Oh, I do that every night.
Jay did that
What
our
are you
whole
doing?
childhood. That's
Yeah, I
why
do
I'm
that
laughing so
every
hard.
night.
He would just say things too.
Yeah.
It never made sense.
Yeah, I guess the other day
After heating, let's stand for a minute and a half.
I guess she woke up the other day and I was looking at her like this and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I went, "I'll be right back." And I rolled.
You were sleeping during this? Dude,
she-
I'm glad we've never shared a hotel room,
Yeah.
dude, because I'd be like up in the corner like this. Like,
I'll have full conversations with you.
Yeah.
I speak the little Russian I know. I'll speak in my sleep.
Oh,
She says that she'll
weird.
wake up and I'll look at her and go like, "Привет, как дела, моя друга?" Yeah.
and she's still with you,
Yeah,
huh?
dude. She's not at like. I cannot. Once I'm up, I can't go back to sleep.
Oh, I'm the worst with
And
that,
she'll jolt, and so she'll be wrapped around me, and then she'll go, and then I'm just awake. So she'll just like hit me with a sleep defibrillator, and then I'm just laying there. And then she
Plotting her murder.
Yeah.
Dude, Brent Morin, sorry for giving this up. That man has night terrors during the day. We were on a flight one time. Oh God, we're on a flight one time. First of all, he never I love you, dude. He never sleeps in the plane seat like this. He always finds the worst fucking curled up
That's
position.
a really good Brent.
And dude, he had the tiniest, sweetest little Asian lady sitting next to him on this one flight, David. Check this out. And he's just and like hits the lady. And she's like, oh. And he's like, I'm so sorry. So we had to start getting, because we wanted we both wanted to sit at the aisle. So we would sit.
I have to do the
We would sit across from each other at the aisle because you're first off the plane and everything. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to put him against a window and me in the middle to protect the rest of the plane
That's
from
so
Brent
funny.
having night terrors.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they asked me, hey, you're sitting in an exit row. Are you willing to? I go, you have to move me and him because I can only handle protecting you guys from him. I don't know, but the door's flying open, but this guy's going to have night terrors and try to kill an Asian lady.
And they're like, "All right, welcome to Southwest. You can sit wherever you want."
Tell you one time when Brent shared the one fucking time Brent and I shared a hotel room, he would have these, oh God. I looked over, he's lying in bed, but his legs are straight up. He had his legs straight up, he starts going, and he starts saying weird shit. I'm like, this fucker is possessed. One time he and I got so drunk on the road. Let me tell you this story. because it's a funny sleeping story. Because when you wake up, sometimes you're just like, everyone at one point, even especially if you're on the road and not in your home bed, you wake up and you're like, whoa, where the fuck am I? It's like a minute of panic. And Brent and I were in Minneapolis, and there was this guy that came to a show that he owned a bunch of the not comedy clubs, a bunch of the nightclubs, and he had this rooftop thing, and we went out to that, and we drank so much, but I'm able to still have my faculties about me for the most part and know where I need to go. And Brent at this time wasn't, and I go,
Dunzo.
And he was in so we weren't on the road together. We just ended up in the same city.
Oh, that's cool.
Me and Dalia were doing a tour, and Brent was doing a tour, and we ended up in the same city, and we all went out. Well, Chris and he had me staying in this beautiful suite in this hotel. So Brent, I was like, let's just go back to my room. It's a huge room where you could, sleep in my room. He's like, okay. So we wake up in the morning. I'm in my pajamas in bed. He's in his clothes from the night before on this little side bed, curled up. He wakes up and looks at me and goes, what are you doing in my room? And I went, Brent, I'm in pajamas. And he goes, oh. And then I got up from the bed and stepped right in a puddle of vomit.
His.
We didn't know.
His.
It had to be his because I don't throw up from drinking.
Yeah, his.
But it was, dude. But for him to wake up and the first thing is, what are you doing in my room? And we weren't in his room at all.
That's fine. I love that guy.
He's the best. I talked to him yesterday. He literally called me right when I got on the plane. I was coming home from a cruise ship show, and he had never done one before. So he just did the Workaholics cruise ship gig.
Oh, yeah.
And he called me and goes, I called you to ask you, do you still feel like you're on a ship once you're off the ship? I go, sometimes. He goes, yo, everyone's sick.
Yeah,
everyone was like motion sick.
Weird.
He goes, I'm at home right now, sick. And I go, was it a smaller cruise ship? He goes, yeah. The smaller the ship, the more it's going to move. I had a stuntman sailing my ship on this gig. So this was the first one. It was a big ship, like 6,000 people, maybe more.
That's insane.
And apparently there's these stabilizers that you could use. That's an option. That when it's rough seas, you put these stabilizers on and it stabilizes the ship. Apparently my guy didn't want to use them. It's like a choice. So our ship that boat was a rockin'. And I came a knocking. But I talked about it on stage. It was funny.
Stabilizers.
Yep.
I'll stabilize you, motherfucker. You ever watch the show Band of Brothers?
I do.
You ever watched
I've watched it. I've watched the Pacific one and I've watched the first one.
The Pacific one wasn't as good. But I rewatched the Band of Brothers. It's fine. I rewatched the Band of Brothers every year. And I started watching it again. And there's a scene. I just got to the scene where I think it's Joe Toy, they're like one of the. I don't know what it is, but they're about to get into the planes to go to war, and he's walking around going, all this stuff is gonna be so heavy. We got the army issued knife, we got the canteens, we got the 2 carton of smokes, we got the blah blah blah. And I was thinking about like what that would look like now. Where it was just like, we got the U.S. issued vape, we got the Mr. Beast chocolate bar, we got the fidget spinner. Look at all this stuff we're gonna add to the weight of the drop. And then instead of like a wallet picture, it's like a VR headset with a picture of the girl. Instead of like the picture of the girl in the helmet, and they're like,
the New Age helmet.
My betrothed.
I was gonna say the New Age, but I meant the New Age soldier. Yeah, they all are on TikTok and all that shit, right? They all do that.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I watch those all the time. Do you see the one of the guy giving his soldier buddy head, and then the drone comes over and drops a bomb on him?
That's not real, though. Come on.
It's on Reddit.
So these soldiers were engaging in
fellatio.
And their own people bombed them?
No, it was just a different bomb.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not real. No. You got bombed for having a good time?
There's no way that's real, but...
That's so funny, though. But also, the person... You know what I think is hilarious? The person taking time to make that, if it's not real. You know what I think would be fucking great? Okay, stay with me. Yeah. Hear me out. 2 soldiers are going at it, and the other side bombs them.
It's absolutely 2 guys like us, 2 boring comedians. Laughing at themselves.
We got a hater comment that was hilarious. We were talking about Kiss. And this guy's like, well, not as good as 2 boring comedians laughing at their own jokes. And I'm not hating on these guys. I'm just like, hey, man, are you okay? I literally messaged him back, you okay? And then under my comment, he just put comedian in quotes because the guy that did it was supposedly a comedian. Not a good one. I think we did it. Sam, you're going to be all right. Me, on the other hand, I'm out. Next cruise ship gig might be my last. I'm going to jump off the hull, or the bow. Is that what they call it?
I'm going to take his material.
You know what? I'm going to jump off the back because that's when you get swallowed up by the propellers and it happens really fast.
And I'm going to start doing all of his material.
The stern, dude. The aft, fourth, bow, stern, port side, starboard. Which one is which? What side is port, Dave? Left. How do you know that?
Well, you held up your left hand.
Well, no, because... oh, you're right, I did.
Which side's
in
port?
The easy way to learn it is because port has 4 letters, and so does left.
In Seattle, on the floating bridges, you'd get stuck in traffic, and during the summer, they would have sailing camps with those little, like, 1 or 2 person sailboats for little kids, and you just sit there and watch, and every 30 seconds, you just see one go...
Wait a minute. The bridge is floating?
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Like the Lincoln Tunnel, how it goes underneath the river.
No, thank you.
And then in Miami, Biscayne Bay, there's a new highway that goes underneath Biscayne Bay in Miami. I'm like, this stuff implodes. Where those guys in that fake submarine
I
thing?
drove drunk on the floating bridge one time during a windstorm.
Of course you did.
Yeah, during a windstorm, and it was throwing lake water onto the bridge as I was just like...
Some people, when they get in a car drunk, I'm not saying this is me, it's me. You're so paranoid about getting in trouble that you just drive like a fucking...
That's what
I'm a machine, dude.
My dad, I don't remember a lot of the advice he gave me, but he goes, follow the white line. He goes, as long as you follow the white line...
But you're following it right in the middle of the car. You have it right in the middle, so you're in both lanes.
Well, it's like the scene from The Matrix where it's like, follow the white rabbit. But I just see someone bring out Coke, and I'm like, oh.
Jesus. Oh, I love you, kid. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching or whatever it is that you're doing. Please continue to do that. Tell a friend. Let's get this thing moving.
I'm going to be at the Grand Comedy Club April 9th and 10th, the Friday, Saturday, with Steve Simone is headlining. I'm hosting.
Sweet.
I have no connection to that, but I will be hosting that weekend for whatever the headliner is.
Steve Simone is an old buddy of the show here. Me and my brother did podcasts with him. He's great.
Yeah.
Tell him that we said hi and that we love him and that we miss him.
I will.
That's where Sam's going to be. I got nothing. Peace.
Generation Gap.